The question that everybody always asks though is how to access the ocean, or you can immediately go world cruising with your friends and your family. Well, that's not the case with Caribou, that if you really want a zero emission yacht, you can actually try her before you buy her. It's an interesting time in the yachting industry. Many motor yacht manufacturers are striving to make zero emission vessels. And to tell you the truth, they're doing a very good job of it too. But many viewers often point out to me that if you really want a zero emission yacht, you should buy a sailing yacht. One manufacturer that offers a truly premium product in the sailing market is British-based Oyster. Their high-quality finishing, modern design, and world cruising capacity has helped them build yachts that have helped so many families fulfill their dreams of sailing the world in safety and comfort. And one such family are the owners of the uniquely beautiful Oyster 885 Caribou. When our yacht broker Ed Dickinson told us that Caribou is lying in Kinsale, close to Cork in Ireland, the entire team volunteered to go there before he'd even asked us to film her. Slava and I flew in from Nice, and Mirel, our photographer for the day, arrived from Milan. We wanted to do justice to such a beautiful yacht and in such an astoundingly beautiful location. And as we left the marina under power, the crew cleaning every inch of the yachts for the video and putting the fenders away, Slava took some magnificent footage that showed both the yacht and the location splendidly. We'll be taking a look through the entire yacht in a moment, but first let me tell you what I discovered the night before filming, when we met up with Captain Will and his soon-to-be wife Sarah in a rather beautiful local steakhouse. The couple have been with the yacht for 5 years, during which time they have cruised the Balearics and Croatia, Greece and Montenegro, just about every island you can think of in the Caribbean, and now of course the Emerald Isle itself. We'll explain that the yacht has some very useful additions and upgrades too. The bow and stern thruster is a great feature, making manoeuvring in port so much easier. The bimini offers great shade for the dining area, of course, and that expansive dodger makes serious Bluewater cruising a lot more practical. Will was keen to point out that actually they can completely enclose the cockpit if the weather is harsh, and he said that this simple addition itself has been a game changer, allowing guests to thoroughly enjoy trips that otherwise they would have had to stay below deck for. The mast and the boom are built from carbon, and as of 2022 the rigging is EC6 carbon 2. And lying under the mast is an ingeniously designed tender well that when the tender is launched becomes a sunken sunbathing area. Often it's these simple design features that are the most practical, like for example having a tender well that doubles up for use as a sunbathing pad. And if you've ever seen the movie Open Water 2 Adrift, you'll know that another practical consideration on a sailing yacht is how to access the ocean. Or more to the point, how to get back on the yacht after you've accessed the ocean. Well, that's not the case with Caribou. This very simple opening transom door becomes such a wonderful swim platform with very easy access if you want to go for a swim, and equally easy access back onto the yacht afterwards. Inside, and we find a delightfully appointed salon that's also surprisingly versatile. This setup has 2 coffee tables. This one has a day bed. And finally, it can be set up for formal dining. All 3 versions are used quite often, and Will told me about a Super Bowl event that the crew laid on for some guests using the dining room setup that he said was a blast. This really is a yacht built to be used and to enjoy. Forward of the salon we pass the nav station, and then to starboard a galley that is surprisingly large and well equipped. For me, this really is one of the standout features of the vessel. I love those clever little features that you find from time to time on sailing yachts that make the most of the space. Just look at how well thought out the crew mess is, packing a lot into a relatively small space. And forward of the mess are the 2 crew cabins with 2 ensuite heads. Sarah was telling me that the generous crew space as compared to other yachts of this size and type was an influential factor in the owner's choice of this yacht. Something else interesting that she showed me was under the floor. Custom boxes were made for storage so that supplies are not rattling around in the bilge and can easily be accessed. Now, the other thing that can easily be accessed from here is the engine room, where a single Cummins 330 horsepower engine sits, allowing the vessel to cruise at about 8.5 knots and giving a range of 2,000 nautical miles at that speed. Now, of course, you don't buy a sailing yacht to be under power, as useful as it is to have that kind of range. You buy it to go sailing, and Captain Will tells me that Caribou has reached speeds of 17 knots under sail. That must have been absolutely thrilling. Moving back aft, and the port side is the forward guest stateroom. Now here we start to see something of the interior design, which was completely revamped by the UK-based multi-award winning company Design Unlimited. In this stateroom, along with the starboard side double and the port side twin, we find vibrant bedheads, colourful panelling, and a well thought out, coordinated design format that makes this yacht feel very special and totally unique. Leaving the best to last though, and we have a full beam master stateroom that is simply magnificent. The design, the space, those 3 vertical windows, it is just magnificent. Actually, it was yacht broker Ed Dickinson who pointed out both the interior design and those seascape windows to me when we met in Monaco to discuss the yacht. His perspective as the person representing the yacht for sale was invaluable, and he went to some lengths to talk to me about the impact that the refit had in 2022. Caribou's hull was painted with that distinctive colour. Just about everything mechanical was serviced, and the rudders and steering gear removed and serviced. As we mentioned earlier, the carbon rigging was added. Then just last year, the carpets were replaced, all the hydraulic rams serviced, Starlink internet installed. And notably though, a new Doyle mainsail and jibsail has been ordered. As Ed said, the current owner does want to sell the yacht, but in the meantime, he's investing in the yacht to keep her in the best possible condition. And the other thing that Ed said that struck me so much that I want to put it on the screen was, If I had to choose a yacht to sail around the world with my family, I would choose Caribou. Now, I've known Ed for years and I deeply respect him. Never heard him say that about a yacht before. The other thing that Ed really wanted me to point out to you is that Caribou is set up for charter. Actually, that Super Bowl event that I told you about earlier, that was for charter guests. Now that means that you can actually try her before you buy her. Take her for a week's charter, get a feel for the yacht before you make that kind of a commitment. And then when you buy her, which I think you probably will, you can either keep her on the charter market to offset some of the running costs, or you can immediately go world cruising with your friends and your family. She's certainly capable of that. That is what she was designed for. The question that everybody always asks though is, if she's such a fantastic yacht, why is she available for sale? Well, the fact of the matter is that the owners of Caribou bought her to see if they would enjoy the sailing yacht experience, to dip their toes in the water. Now they know that they really do enjoy sailing yachts, and so they're ready to move on to their next sailing yacht adventure, and they're selling Caribou having thoroughly enjoyed the ownership experience. I believe that whoever ends up buying this yacht will also thoroughly enjoy owning her, and if you think that could be you, don't hesitate to contact Ed for more details about this incredible vessel.